So Creed 3, is it a win, lose or draw? Let's check it out.
Ding, ding.
Oh, and welcome back to Movie Mash. And yeah, in case you didn't notice, I haven't been around for a few months. Before I get into Creed, let me tell you, it's just towards the end of last year, I seemed to be making loads of videos, and I forgot the reason why I was making them, because I seemed to be rushing them out and trying to look at numbers and getting the views and all that, and it became a chore, and I got what I think called YouTube fatigue. And to be honest with you, I got YouTubed out, and looking at all the numbers, they weren't doing very well, and I couldn't understand what's going on, and I seemed to be more watching the numbers than enjoying myself, and the fun was gone.
It's the world's smallest violin.
And over the last few months, I've missed my little community that I got, and I miss my YouTube friends, and you know what?
I'm thinking I'm back.
Now, before I carry on, subscribe. If you don't subscribe, enjoy the movie anyway. If you do, I'll appreciate it. It really helps me out. But you know what? Enjoy this video anyway.
Come on. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
So, Creed 3.
That's what he's going to take up.
Now, starring Michael B. Jordan, Jonathan Majors and Tessa Thompson, directed by Michael B. Jordan. So let's just do a quick synopsis. An old friend of Adonis Creed from back in the day, way back in the day, has come out of prison, and he's searching, and he wants a shot at the title. Now, that he's not ready, and due to guilt and all kinds of other things, Adonis gives him a shot, but in the meantime finds out that there's other things going on in the meantime, and he isn't what he seems or he appears to be. So, as you know, this is part 3 of the third Creed films, and obviously there's 6 Rocky films. And the thing is, I'm going to be straight up. This wasn't my favorite of the 3. I was expecting this to be better than 2, because I liked 2, loved 1. 3, it's still good, but instead of just going on, let's just get into the positives, and I'll tell you exactly why. So, the positives. This is Michael B. Jordan's first directorial debut, and let me tell you, for his first film, it's really well done. I mean, like, I don't know if he got help or he's been practicing this for years, but it was really good. I mean, for him to be able to pull this whole film out like this for his first go, very impressive. Now, the acting all round with Tessa Thompson, Michael B. Jordan, and Jonathan Majors, they are phenomenal. In fact, you could nearly say that Jonathan Majors, he steals the show in a lot of ways, but that's down to the direction and story. But I'm going to say that all round the acting is good. The cinematography and the way it's shot is mostly good. And the reason why I say mostly is I'm still on the fence about some of the fight scenes, yeah, but I'll get to that in a second. Now, with the story, as good as I think it was a solid enough story, there is some issues I have with the story, and I'm going to get into that with the negatives. But as far as I'm saying as the positives, direction was really good, acting good, story is decent, and all round real solid in that way. So let's just get into the negatives. Now, I'm just going to bring up the elephant in the room. Yes, Stallone, Rocky isn't in this.
Stay away, baby.
Now, does it matter? To make it, would Rocky have made this film better? Yeah, look, Stallone makes everything better, but the problems I have with this story and the problems I have with this film, him being in it wouldn't have changed it. Was he missed? Yeah, but again, it wouldn't have changed nothing. I also felt that this film wasn't like the other 3. It didn't feel like the same franchise as the Creed, not Rocky. It didn't feel the same as Creed. Even his own score was barely used in it, and there's a few things like that. Now, when it comes to story, as I said, look, you have his friend, I know this is spoiler free, he has his friend come out, he has a reason to be angry, he has a reason to be bitter, he has a reason to want a shot at the title, he has all these reasons, and you feel for it, but you also know why he could be angry and why these things could be going on. But I felt like they started to shoehorn in some kind of reasons to hate him more, and I was like, no, you don't need to do that. It just feels like a weekday sitcom. You're adding this extra drama, and it felt like it was unrealistic in a way. It just felt silly. It kind of took me out in the movie a bit. I was like, hold on, because look, as I said, Jonathan Majors, Damien, his name was, he was proven to be a decent contender back in the day. He had no reason to be more bitter and angry than he already was. He already had enough to give him that you could fall behind him or hate him. It didn't matter. You didn't need to add these things in, and this little conspiracy and all these little things that were added. I didn't like it. I felt like it was a sitcom. It took me out, and it really annoyed me. Now, because of that, I felt like, as much as I do like this film, now I'm not hating on it. I do think it's a good film. What I'm saying is that at the last fight, I wasn't as invested into any of the two characters as much as I was in the previous films, do you know? So even though, I still liked it, I still feel like I wasn't as invested, and I really feel that those choices that were made in the story kind of took me out of it a bit. It kind of made it feel like a sitcom. Now, another negative, the fight scenes. Different. They're quite different, but the last final fight scene, again, I'm not going to tell you, but I think you'll know who wins. But there's some creative choices that were made in the last fight that I'm not sure if I liked. I'm not sure. It is different, and I suppose he was trying something different, and good for him for doing that. You know, you want to do something, it would either work or it didn't. For me, it didn't work. Now, I know that I'm hearing a lot of good things about people are saying this is really good, and I do think it is a good movie, but I just feel like those little things took me out, and you could have made it more solid by making the fight scenes just really more, you'll know what I'm saying when you see it, and that little shoehorn things that you put in to make it a sitcom, to make it more dramatic. You shouldn't have done it, but look, it's just my opinion, right? And you either like it or you don't.
I like it a lot.
Apart from that, I'm going to say that this film was a solid, good movie. I will watch it again. It was a good movie, just not my favorite of the three, yeah? It didn't feel quite like a Creed movie. It felt different. But again, you know what? It still was a solid movie, and I am going to give it a thumbs up despite the negatives. I won't give it 2, but I'll definitely give it 1. So, my question is, what did you think? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Are you on the fence about Rocky not being in his own kind of franchise? Let me know in the comments below. And if you can and you want to, please subscribe. It helps me out, and I'll make some more.
Okay? Do it. Do it.
But for now, and until next time,